Welcome to Midday Repartee. I am Rotten Glory. I am joined today by Scotland's greatest shit superhero and the UK's best shit artist, Captain Fuckhead. How are you doing?
I am good, I
Good.
think. Slightly buzz-eyed thanks to Odie, but yeah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, right. You gotta flat that Greek's madness.
Yep,
That's right.
yep. Following lines is like following feta cheese. It just crumbles everywhere.
Also with us today is Mitchell. Great to have you on the show.
Good to be here. Thank you.
All right. Um, so today, I got a couple things. I know we had checked in with Sean Gordon Murphy's campaign. Like I think before it was that before it launched, or right
Uh,
when it first launched.
Both, I think.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to check in with that and talk about it, and maybe talk about why the hell isn't it doing better, considering who this guy is. We can get into that. Why ComicsGate is so much better at running a campaign than a professional that should be doing much bigger numbers, in my opinion. Um, but also an interesting development, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. Um, Trump is kind of taken on social media platforms, and it's pretty exciting. I've got it on 1.5 speed here. We'll just watch a minute or two just to get the gist
You
of
gotta
it.
see, Trump always gets those fucking screenshots you get of his fucking face are just pure
Oh,
gold.
it's inevitable, but in a lot of ways, this guy does a lot of badass stuff. Quite honestly, I know he has a high propensity to be an idiot at times. He gives the media a lot of ammunition, but a lot of the stuff he does is pretty righteous, and I think this is one of them. So let's have a look at this.
As well as anybody, it's not good. A small handful of powerful social media monopolies controls a vast portion of all public and private communications in the United States. And we know what they are. We don't have to name them. We're going to give you a complete listing. We're going to give you a signed copy of what I'm going to be signing in a couple of minutes, and you'll see exactly what we're doing. They've had unchecked power to censor, restrict, edit, shape, hide, alter virtually any form of communication between private citizens or large public audiences. There's no precedent in American history for so small a number of corporations to control so large a sphere of human interaction, and that includes individual people controlling vast amounts of territory, and we can't allow that to happen, especially when they go about doing what they're doing, because they're doing things incorrectly. They have points of view, and if we go by that, it's actually amazing that there was a success in 2016, but we can't let this continue to happen.
So, yeah, I mean, this guy he's taking the bull by the horns, and he's going to go after the bias on what are supposed to be public platforms and places where Americans can communicate freely. But we all know that it is not the case. Censorship runs rampant. It's usually very one-sided. What do you guys think of this?
I think it's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how he does it. Just because, I don't know how you're going to be able to do that. I think that it'd have to come down to labeling them, because they do this publisher platform gray line towing. I think he's going to have to make them pick one.
Yeah, I think now I have to look further into this because I just found out about it. But my understanding is that there is some kind of status that these platforms have. There's some kind of protection they have based on the fact that they are public platforms where there isn't supposed to be this bias or censorship. And what he's basically going to do is he's going to remove that benefit from them. He's going to remove that protection. And I don't fully know what that entails. So basically what he's going to do is if you're going to censor people's ideas and communication this way with this kind of bias, we're going to remove that benefit, that shield that you've been enjoying, because you're not what you claim to be. You're not at all what you claim to be. So he doesn't really have to do anything except take away something, right?
Yeah.
That they haven't earned, that they have no right to have.
Right. that's what I think he's going to do is make them pick which side they're on, because if you're a
Yeah.
platformer, if you're on a platform, you're not supposed to really be censoring things. If you're a publisher, you can though, but publishers have certain liabilities for what gets published on their pretty much what they what they publish. So he's
Yeah.
kind of sitting there like, oh, you guys want to play like this censoring game? All right, you could be a publisher or you could be a platform. You can't be both anymore. I think that's what he's
Yeah.
going to do.
Yeah,
That's
I think
what-
so too. And
what
I
do
think there might be fairly large benefits to being a platform in terms of, I don't know if it's taxes or
It's
some kind of.
from
I'm
my
not sure.
sorry. So from my understanding, it's what it basically means is that if they are a platformer where you have to support freedom of speech for everybody, they don't have to take responsibility of what people are saying.
Oh,
So if
Right.
they are a publisher, then they take legal, liable responsibility for the things that are being said
that's
because
massive.
they are censoring it. So it could throw
Got it.
things like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube straight into legal courts.
Got you. That's
fu-
that's huge. That's
Now-
even more. That has a bigger impact than I even considered. That's
That's what
brilliant.
I think, because I don't understand, because it's all going on in America. What I do like is he's coming out and saying it, but I think the bigger news of today is whoever is holding the remote control for the robot, that is Mr. Donald Trump, should learn the lesson to play him on 1.5 speed, because he sounds way more intelligent.
Way better, dude. That's what
Yeah.
I was like. I was gonna just play the video and then listen to it for a bit. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. Put it on
No, I listened to
1.5,
a
and
bit-
it was tolerable.
I listened
For
to
sure.
a bit of it, the early sort of bit when he came in, and he was saying just before it went all kind of legal and detailed. He started reading stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm sure at one point he just said, "This is a bill that is a bill."
It could be. I mean, whatever. I do respect this guy. Knows how to play with the media. He knows how to, and he knows damn well if he's going to win another election, it's not going to be because of any help from the media or any fair treatment in the media. He needs. So is this a little self-serving? Fucking A. But it still benefits everyone. So I applaud that he's doing it, and I think it will. There's no, he needs social media platforms to be uncensored, or for people to at least know that there's, they, like you say, you have to pick a side, so then that you're getting biased information. It's not just where you think it's a fair environment and it isn't. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a cool thing, and it's so relevant to what ComicsGate has always fought against. And it's just good to see movement on it, at least, in one area of our culture.
Well, fingers crossed. And because usually the things that tend to happen in the States first in situations like this tend to then ripple out across the pond, shall we say, and reach other places. So with a bit of luck, although we have sort of slightly different laws and stuff over here, it's a bit weird. Occasionally, I have seen reports that police have knocked on people's doors and asked them about things that they have said on Twitter, and then told the people that what they have said is offensive and they should be careful about the sort of things that they say on Twitter. To the reply, you do know that it's social media, it's Twitter, there's a freedom of speech. And the police then turn around and go, well, yeah, we do, but honestly, the boss just told us to come and just try and tap you on the wrist a little bit because somebody complained about it to the police.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do. There's no law against it. So I don't even understand why they're wasting their time doing that, but they are doing that.
I don't
over here.
either.
It's,
Right.
Because they work for someone.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
One area that they are really doing that kind of thing in it is when it comes to like the whole transgender thing with hormones and kids, and like you can't speak out against that stuff. You can't speak out against it being maybe possibly wrong to let a child decide to permanently alter their physicality based on what's trending in in pop music or something. It's like maybe that's a bad idea and we shouldn't be doing that. But to even talk about it, to say it is get you in hot water. And the police, yeah, why are the police getting involved in things like this? It's absolutely ridiculous.
I think that where we go too far on that. I mean, all I wanted as a kid growing up was to have dessert for dinner every day, and they wouldn't even let me do that. Why? That thing is so much farther down the line. I feel like we jumped it. We missed an easy stepping stone. Just let us have dessert for dinner.
Yeah, because we should have got that at least first. You know, baby steps, people. Like
That would have been. Everybody would be on board for that. All the kids would be on board for that. You mean I could just eat cookies? Don't have to eat the green beans? Done.
Done.
Somebody
Yeah,
needs to buy Michelin ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I do want to. I'm very curious what Sean Gordon Murphy, like where he's going to land at the end of this thing, because we all know that he could be doing, and probably should be doing a lot better than he is.
Yeah, he kind of stalled.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean he had a big start. Those are his diehard fans were all lined up in a row. That's how we know there's a cadence to crowdfunding. That's how it works. You get the big day one. It kind of just plods along typically through the midsection, and then you're going to have another surge at the end. I had a feeling at the beginning that this was, it was going to be a 300K campaign, and I still feel that it will be a 300K campaign. Am I, Adrian, am I roboting? Am I roboting for you, Captain Fuckhead or Mitchell?
No, you're fine for me.
But
Okay.
I'm listening to StreamYards, not YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. I think everything's okay. I can usually tell when something's up because I occasionally do have that problem, but usually like everything starts kind of hiccuping a little bit and I can see it, but I think we're good. So yeah, I don't, what do you guys think about this? Why isn't this, is this a success in your mind, or is this based on who he is in comics?
This looks to me, to be honest, like abject failure. Sorry to say it, but that's
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it a failure. I think this looks about average.
Well, look, he's made 160 grand. Like that's just there's nothing to sneeze about. But
Right, but like look at his other two. Like his other two are like 50,000 was one of them. Let's see, what was the other one? Sorry. So like I mean, it's not like, oh hey, they're like he's not doing anything. Like he's doing good compared to what he normally does. His other one was 76,000, so he's gaining people.
Wow.
So like
can I offer something? You might not like the website, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Fuck. Yeah. Okay, I will. Why not? Let's just share it. Here we go. Where did it go? There it is.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Once upon a time in the future. Okay, give us
10
some
days.
context here.
It's been open 10 days.
Okay.
In its first 24 hours, it did 128k.
Right.
This is not
Duncan Jones. Right.
Baby Bowie. So Duncan Jones did Moon, Warcraft. The director.
Yeah.
Bowie's son. It basically he went. I want to do a film, but films are way too expensive. People won't give me money to do them anymore, so fuck it, I'll make a book. And he's basically just got loads of cool art, good, decent artists to come on and put this book together. I can't remember how the page count. I'm in control, aren't I? Yeah, see, I forgot about that.
You are.
There you go, 260 pages. But I mean, look at that,
Oh,
5,425 backers.
Wow. Why? That should be a much higher number, honestly. With that number of backers, how cheap is this thing?
Wow.
Well,
I can't
it's
remember.
like 280 American dollars, and like the cheapest like soft cover is $29.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to open it up so I could see like real money, not pounds.
This is in US. This says US.
If you at the top,
Oh
it
no,
was
it's in pounds. Oh yeah, it's in pounds, isn't it?
Yeah,
What is it in US?
Okay.
280,000.
Never mind. I forgot
There
it
you
was it was in real money and not fake money. I forgot. Sorry, Lucius. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Doing all right, guys.
Nice to have you. I love your Scarlet whore.
A lot of people did. That's probably my most retweeted and liked thing I've done.
Yeah, dude, you're a huge hit. You're going viral, man. How does it feel?
People love the smut. It's the first like tweet I've done where I haven't been able to keep up with it. You know, like I get so many like it goes so fast. Like you're like, oh shit, I've gotten 5 replies in the last 1 minute, and trying to like just go through and read what everyone's saying. And
so
stuff.
what is your takeaway from that? What's your lesson there?
Apparently, I need to be do more cheesecake stuff or something, man. Like people
Well, there are
just,
boobs involved.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a boob from you in ever. Like,
no, not really.
Unless you count Cecil boobs as boobs. I don't know.
Moves, yeah. Yeah, not unless it was like a Jack show piece and Anna was in it. But I usually don't do anything too racy with that. So. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do, but I don't want that to be what I'm known for too. At the same time, so
yeah,
I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
Well, I also think that it's a fully, it was something that was born out of a funny moment in a live stream, right?
Yeah,
and then but it's kind of it's your own original creation of something, as well.
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway. Where were we? Captain Fuckhead. So what's the context like? Did they build up anticipation for this, or was it just like a spur of the moment launch? Or
I don't really have much context for that, unfortunately, because I can't remember what I was doing. I was sitting doing something. This was on the day of launch, 4 hours in, and Mrs. Fuckhead rocked up, slapped me on the back of the head, and went, "You like Bowie's son, didn't you?" And I went, "Duncan Jones." She said, "Yes." He's on a comic book. I was like, fuck off. Don't believe that for a second. I went in and had a look, and it was already at something like £40,000 in 4 hours, something ridiculous like that.
Right.
I had to read through it, and I thought, I can't resist it. It's Duncan Jones. I'm having a go. And
nice,
like Mitch says, like the cost of the book was 260 pages. Like, it's hardly any money for a book that size.
Mm-hmm.
It's massive. That's insane. Yeah,
and,
that's going to be expensive as hell to ship too.
Well, he did say that he was going to try and do something different with shipping, especially to the foreign lands. That he was going to do. He's basically crate shipping them. I would describe it as. So he's just putting big crates of them together, sending them to someone who distributes them from the UK and splits it out. But
that might help.
Well, it doesn't. It's still $25. But that could be
for a
down
book,
to the weight.
I mean, that's a big book.
That could be down to the weight of the book, to be fair, because
I think so.
What did I say? 260-page book.
So what you're saying is Sean Gordon Murphy is just a big fail by comparison.
Well, I'm looking at this.
Was that your point? I
don't think it's a big failure, but I'm looking at this and saying this is a guy that doesn't do comics. He's a craftsman in terms of storytelling. But in 10 days he's done, what did you say, Mitch? 290,
280,000, almost 281,000.
That's phenomenal. So I guess what I would want to know is the context of, did they do a build up, a lead in? Did they get people hyped? Does this person have a big social media presence, like this huge fan base that's tuning into him all the time? I'd like to know the detail. Now I want to research and find out, like, okay, what led to this.
I'll see if I can do it. I'll have a look and see if I can find some more information. I'm going to pull my screen away and I'll have a little bit of a tip tap and see what I can dig up.
All right, cool. So back to Sean Gordon Murphy's deal, which is let's see, go back up here. It's at 159,000. It's got 47 days left. By no means, obviously, it's a success, right? I mean, it's a crowdfunding success, but is it? I don't feel that it's a success on the level that it should be. And two things that really bothered me right away about this campaign were the two initial stretch goals, which only served to unlock something you could buy.
Right.
I thought that was incredibly odd. Like, what the hell? Now, I don't know if he got a bunch of feedback, and realized, oh shit, I need to make stretch goals that actually add value to this campaign, because his third, he's adding story in the third stretch goal. The fourth stretch goal, I think, increases like this like size and stuff of the book. So he's definitely adding a little value with the third and fourth stretch goals here. That's a good thing. But I don't know. I don't know why he isn't.
I
doing
would
better.
say that would be a good thing if that was just an automatic upgrade you got. Like, it's another thing when it's like, oh well, now you can buy that option from me.
Is that
since
still
we
a
hit
buy?
that number.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's a
that what it
buy.
is?
Right. There's softcover and hardcovers, 2 books. If you
Yeah.
scroll up, you'll see the hardcover and softcovers are different tiers.
Yep.
Okay.
It was to
Well,
unlock the tier, wasn't it?
but if you invest in the campaign at the soft cover, you're gonna get these stretch goals.
You're
Gonna get 22
you get-
more pages of story,
yes,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and that now the hardcover was something that was unlocked after the. So
Right.
I guess what I'm curious about is what if you bought the soft cover right when the campaign opened, and then the hardcover became unlocked. I'm guessing this guy got a lot of refunds.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
This was a really dumb way to set up a campaign.
Yes, yes. And there's going to be people who would probably back it up front for the hardcover, but they're waiting for it to get to that unlock point.
Yeah,
quote unquote,
dude. It's like
and then backing it. Yeah, so it's kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot twice, like
That'll
in
also-
a number of ways.
That'll also play silly beggars with the number of backers he's got, because that'll be a lot lower than if he's getting a lot of if he's getting refunds.
yeah, man. I bet his campaign is just like he's getting refunded all the time because people are like, dude, I wanted to back you right out of the gate, and now you're making it feel like you're punishing me for doing that because now I have to refund to get the better. If I want this better product, now I have to either buy both or refund you, which costs him money. I mean, this was a fucking dumb move. Fucking
Yeah,
dumb,
and it's just also like he's throwing you everything at once. I probably would have. I don't know. Does it have the page count? What it is in total? It's just 44 pages of story.
I thought it was 3. I think it's like 66.
Because I feel like he could have done like just a comic issue sort of thing, or and like kind of parse out, because he's talking about there's chapters in it, and like if he had done each chapter as its own book and then done like a omnibus of that was a hardcover, like I feel like he's throwing everything at you up front.
Yep.
As far as what the story is, like how he could have sold this, like it's like all options are available, but then you also had it tiered off and locked off depending on how many people backed it or what he got. It's really weird. It's really weird and kind of convoluted.
It's a clunky ass campaign. He
It's
made a lot of blunders.
140 pages. And how far is he into that? I mean, when is he expecting to finish this thing? That's a lot of pages, man.
That is a lot of pages. I mean that wouldn't concern me so much based on who he is and that he works under really harsh deadlines.
But I'd say even at the best pace, a page a day, that's half a year, pretty much, to get that done.
And that's reasonable for a crowdfunded book.
No,
it's not that is problematic. I just think for somebody who's done this a couple times before already, and for somebody who had access to all of the recent juggernaut successes of crowdfunding campaigns, for him to have set something up that's so clunky with these mistakes, it's just lazy, in my opinion. Like this thing could have been a huge it could have been right up there with EVS, Dougton Naple. I hate to say it, but he's up there with the huge campaign numbers. So there's no reason he shouldn't be there making $800,000, $900,000, $1 million.
I just don't think he wanted to go the route that like ComicsGate does. I don't think he wanted to put the time into the YouTube. And I've just looking at his campaigns, like they do better each time. I think that he's slowly building an audience, like incredibly slowly, of people who would do the Kickstarter. Like he's building up the people that pay attention to him, keeping an eye out for this kind of stuff. It's just
I
he's not going
guess.
to have that quick success. He's not going to have that, and that blood honey moment where it just takes off like a rocket, or Wreck Planet took off like a rocket. He's going
Yeah.
to sit there and slowly creep along, and that's why he's kind of like using this as kind of like a side gig almost, while he works still on other actual mainstream books.
If that's the case, I'm just going to wait until he releases his good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm checking out his YouTube channel now, just to see what his activity is like. It's looking like he's doing maybe 3-4 videos a week. He's doing the YouTube thing. I mean, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna put all this effort into producing 140 pages of a, why wouldn't you look at how other people are getting huge like, you just saying he doesn't give a damn about the numbers, or it's just not worth it to him to build up a little anticipation, to run a campaign that actually makes economic sense, to have proper stretch goals. There's so many things he could have done that would have boosted it.
You're looking at it from a different point of view. So you're looking at the ComicsGate point of view, where you have a lot of creators at ComicsGate that are trying to break in and do comics full time. This is what I want to do. This is a side project for him. He has a 9-to-5 drawing comics already.
Well,
this is like Jimmy wants, a Christmas present. Kind of like, this is like an extra job someone might do if they like, dude, I'd like to buy this new cool thing. This isn't necessarily his, I'm trying to break out away from the industry.
I mean, that's fair. That's a good point.
So
for him, it's just like a little frosting on the cake.
Mm-hmm. I think he might be. I think he might be transitioning over. I think I watched one of his videos where he did like a studio tour or something, and he's just saying like he has an entire thing built with a shower or something installed in case he has to rent out his house to make extra money. Like he's like he's planning for like a potential end to always happen, and it's like we're seeing it right now. Like I mean, like with the whole shutdown and just how quickly the big two buckled. Like he can't rely on that Batman money to always be there. So maybe this is him like stretching his legs, getting a little start going on it and learning as he goes. He could easily, I think, bump up his numbers just showing up on a live stream with Ethan or Dan Fraga, like very easily, but he's trying to play all sides and keep everyone happy. And it's like, it's not working right now, but it definitely wouldn't work if he did something as far as that. But I think that'd be an easy way for him to just blow himself up a bit, is just show up on a live I don't know that on his videos he's even done like a live stream necessarily.
I don't think he's done it. I don't think so. I don't think he's done a live stream.
And I think that's where the action happens, is when you like regularly start doing live streams. Like
I do, yeah. And I do think there is, he is weighing like how, I can only step so far this way before I fully have to take on the burden of pissing off my current employers and all these people that swarm people, the SJWs, which he already, he's already taken the heat somewhat, but I think he's always like kind
just
of
for having a crowdfunder, he's taking
just kind of balancing it like, in the middle somewhere, hoping that he can maintain both sides of that fence. So he's not going to commit to either one fully, and that's I think if he fully committed to doing crowdfunding with his talent and the name he has, the reputation, he could be right there with EVS, and it, I wish he would. I think it'd be great. I'm not saying it has to be ComicsGate, but man, just fucking take control. Take the reins of your own creativity, your own life. Stop relying on these fucking bastards, these corporations, You have the talent, you have the ability, you can do this. Just do it. Yeah. I don't know what, but
he does have one of the sweetest like playing in the sandbox deals though with the Batman thing. Like he's got his quote unquote Murphyverse, but I don't know
if that's still gonna happen.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know that he's that great of like putting out plot and story and writing necessarily. I wasn't exactly blown away by those books. I love his art, but like
Yeah.
I feel like he made a few bad moves, like really bad moves with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, certainly, he might want to look at pulling in a writer. There's no reason he couldn't.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
I definitely would like at least run it by somebody. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think of this?
I found, what is this? Thank you in the book for $1. What the?
It's probably
It
like
is-
a page where your
it's
name is
baffled me.
printed on it, like in a.
No, I get
blurb,
that, but
you know?
that's
Yeah.
like, do the people that give you like $200 get a thank you, or just the people that give you $1? I'm a little confused by that part. And like, how many people is that going to be? I would almost like ComicsGate to like troll this guy, and like every single person, like 2,000 people or more, just like give him the $1. Like, how many pages can we make this guy print in the back of his book?
Just names.
And then we could all have like funny, goofy names, like just create like fake names, like, thank you, ComicsGate.
Hi, ComicsGate.
Hi, ComicsGate.
Would be better
I
if he
don't
said
know.
that he'd read them all on like a video or something too. He just goes, "Oh, I'm not reading that one. Oh, I'm not reading that one either."
It just seems like a dangerous, like this, what if it did catch on and people were like, dude, we should try to get 1 million. Let's see if we can get 1 million thank yous in the book. It's $1. I mean, most people would hop in on a joke for $1. It's almost worth it.
The only problem is that Kickstarter, you'd have to make a new account. You can only back once per campaign.
No, this is full Indiegogo.
Oh,
man.
that's Indiegogo. I keep on.
Yeah,
looking at his other
exactly. I
Kickstarter
know.
stuff.
It's Sean Gordon Murphy.
Oh,
You're
shoot.
like, no,
Yeah.
that was the big deal, that he made the jump to Indiegogo for obvious reasons. Any sane businessman would make this call. It takes less money. They don't give you shit. They don't censor people. And
almost wanna do it.
Kickstarter seems like it's in trouble. So it's like, yeah, this is full Indiegogo. We could all just hop on here. I would love to see him have to print 1 million names in this fucker.
I don't know why I keep on thinking Kickstarter for this guy.
Yeah.
I'm so used to his other campaigns. I
That
guess.
would mean $1 million though for his campaign, if you manage to get that going. So in a way,
That's
it would be
true.
a success.
I guess he'd be like, dude, I'll print. You know how cheap this extra page is? It's a fucking penny, dude. I'll take the $1 million. You're right. There's no winning that game. But it would be funny. Shit.
I've just been having a look at the two of them on the Twitter face,
Yeah.
and it's quite interesting actually. So Sean, fucking piss off with your fucking silly name.
Sean, piss off, okay?
Yeah, him. He's just shy of 65,000 followers.
Okay.
But if we look at Duncan Jones has a fucking very soy avatar, but he has 351,000 followers.
Ooh.
So there's
okay.
a big jump in numbers there. But I'm looking at a Sean fucking stupid name piss off man tweet just before launch. So this was on the 13th of May. And it got, and basically just saying, here's a link to my latest channel, sign up from a Indiegogo emaily thing. And it got 600, just shy of 700 likes and just over 100 retweets. But in comparison to that, for Duncan Jones, he did a tweet the day before launch, which only got 300 likes and only 50 retweets. So there's a weird thing there where one's got more followers, but his campaign seemed to have less of an impact on his followers to the other. And I also found another interesting little thing that tickled me, because I like math sometimes.
Yeah.
Mr. Duncan Jones says that he is at one point, I can't remember, the 25th of May, he'd had over 2,000 backers in the US, over 1,600 in the UK, 200 in Canada,
Canada.
122. You've got to remember that England is Scotland's Mexico. Australia has had 122, Germany 97, France 76, Iceland 75 backers, Italy 55 backers, the Netherlands 53 backers, and Spain 45 backers. I don't know why that's interesting. I just like
No,
that.
it
I
is.
thought that was quite a nice
is.
little thing to know. So it's interesting though that he doesn't seem to have had the reach using his Twitter than the other weirdo has with less followers. Also, he has no YouTube.
He has no YouTube presence.
Yeah, I can't find him on YouTube anywhere.
I wonder if he's gotten more maybe mainstream. Maybe he's gotten coverage.
Well, he has the only thing that I can find of him, which I've just clicked on. No, it's not bad. Honestly,
Is it porn?
No, it's not porn. It depends if you're into if you're into Duncan Jones, you may consider it somewhat like that. It's just got a blog called manmademovies.co.uk. That's it. I'm not seeing any
it
videos
is
on it.
fascinating. Like, why would he be doing better? That blows my mind. That is interesting. But yeah, it's. I don't. In a way, it's kind of encouraging, and it shows just how good ComicsGate is getting at running campaigns, at fine-tuning this model, that people who are coming out of nowhere, that people have never heard of before, are getting numbers that can equal or surpass someone who is kind of an icon in comics current day. This is an amazing achievement. I don't know. I think sometimes you get so immersed in ComicsGate, you can forget just how powerful this thing is and how cool it is. That we're taking creators and giving them a chance to succeed on this level. It really is something else. I mean, where is Blade Devil still in demand right now?
Yes, at least it was yesterday, I think.
And that's well over. Is it over? It's over 200, right?
Oh man, I can't recall off the top of my head. Sorry.
I'm bringing it up here, but it's like this is a prime example of this isn't somebody who is in comics. This is someone who built a powerful YouTube presence. It's at $211,000, right? And that campaign didn't end that long ago.
Yeah.
It didn't go in demand that long ago. So, I do think the plot holes will probably surpass it. But damn, we're talking about someone who's never put out a comic book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to break 200 grand.
They also had
It's like-
they also had a different market as well, though. Because
That's true.
Because he was I don't know, but I keep hearing the word weeb, but I don't. It's not a word I like, so I'm not going to use it.
I know you don't like we and they, and it's like
No,
you-
weeb, because it was part of because it's all anime
weeb,
stuff,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a bit. So he had a completely different market, but he's also brought that market to CG, which is great.
I agree. Yeah.
I have found a list of artists on Duncan Jones's book. I'm
Okay.
going to try and read them because they'll probably mean more to other people than they will to me. I only recognise a couple of them, and I'm not going to apologise for butchering all of those names terribly. Dylan Teague, Glenn Fabry, Duncan Fegredo, LNRZ, Ed Orcana, Andre Arrejo, Simon Bisley, Rosemary Valero O'Connell. Fuck me, this dips lipsticks are morons. Duncan, not Duncan. It doesn't. That begins with a T. Tonki Zonjic. I can't even see that. Pia Guerra, James Stoko, RM Guerra, Chris Watson, Weston. I can get that one just about. Rufus, that says Rufus Dayglow. What a fucking name that is. I've got to get some credit for at least trying it on air. Annie Wu, David Lopez, and Christian Ward.
That's a lot of people, man, to have on
That
a
is a
project.
lot of artists. Yeah. Big time.
Colouring, there's a colouring list too, trust me.
Oh my god.
Colouring, Matt Wilson, Nahung Kim, Chris O'Halloran, Adam Brown, Jacob Phillips, Raul Arnaiz, something like that. The next one I'm not even going to try and say. Sergei Nazarov, Kelly Fitzpatrick, and you get that big long list, and they've got all the full names, and you get to the end, and it just says lettering is by Alex.
Oh man, that's
But man, I'm
cool.
I'm seeing that money like whittle away. The more you read off there, it's like
Yeah.
That's insane,
A lot
yeah.
of people to pay.
Yeah.
Well, and then you also, the more people involved, the more each individual is pushing whatever
Yeah, you
presence
could
they
have that,
have.
yeah.
They're pushing
Yeah.
the project out there too, which is a benefit. But yeah, dude, that with
There's
that
a list
laundry
of-
list of names, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so they're basically haven't made any money yet.
Now that guy's like in film, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering. I don't know if you guys remember, but The Fountain, the movie with
Yes.
Wolverine. What's his name?
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman. That
How
was
did that-
originally a graphic novel because they couldn't get a studio to greenlight it, and the
Yep.
guy's like, "I want to see this kind of get out there somehow." So he like made it a graphic novel, and then somehow somebody saw it and was like, "Yeah, let's make that a movie." I'm kind of wondering if this isn't like that same idea of like, I'll make it this first, and he already knows people, in film.
Yeah, and it's
industry,
happened.
and-
There's precedent, certainly. Yeah,
He
I
did
have
say-
that. I have the Fountain graphic novel. It's
I do
beautiful.
too. Yeah.
It does say in
Beautiful
the
work.
campaign that the type of book that it is requires huge film budget, and he just didn't want to spend the money or the time trying to put that together. I do also have a feeling with this campaign that he's probably not in it to make any money. I think he's probably in his head. He's going, if I can make this work, all the stories that are in my head, I can get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a dip the toe. See if I can make this work. See if comics is a viable thing for me
Yeah.
to be able to pay the people I need to pay. Maybe make enough to not have to pay the mortgage that he doesn't have to pay.
Yeah. Well, I would recommend to him that maybe not hire 100 people to work on it. That would be good. It's
But
not a
that-
film crew, man. It's not a film crew. You don't.
Yeah.
But that might be just like having a bunch of storyboard artists. Essentially, it's like that's what he's used to. That's the mindset he's in. And if he's not looking to make money at this, like it's just all right. This is my dream project, and maybe once it has like an actual like visual format that people
Yeah.
can read and see, maybe somebody then will take over this. I'm attached to it, but it's not like I have to do all the work to make this film happen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I should-
I
I
get the
want-
feeling that maybe what's going on.
I should note there as well that each of the artists, I'm assuming they're going to get page rates rather than time rates, but some of them are only doing 8 pages, some are doing up to 30. So depending on who you're paying 30, you might fork out a lot of money. If you're paying somebody 8, it might not cost you that much.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I don't know. There's a acceptable page rate. I'm not saying all artists get that acceptable page rate. Probably not very often, but $200, $300, $400 a page.
Yeah, but you
It adds up.
might pay the bigger artists the more money for less pages, and the lesser artists less money for more pages.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's going to be made up of a very diverse range of styles, apparently.
It looks like an interesting book to me. As I say, day one I was in there. I won't be going back to Kickstarter because I did not like the software, the way it had to go. The amount of fucking hoops you got to jump through.
Yeah.
Asked me if I voted for Jeremy Corbyn at one point.
Oh, man. Well, Trump's going to take care of that shit. Because, again, I think that these crowdfunding, they're platforms. They're not publishers. They're not supposed to be dictating, right? I mean, they can have some rule. I think, no pornography, that kind of thing. But if they're gatekeeping in terms of politics, I think the same thing applies. What Trump was doing with, trying to say, look, you can't have this status of being a platform when you're really a publisher because you're making those kinds of choices. So, these companies are going to have to make some tough choices. And I love it, man. That's great. Let's get rid of the bias and just let people communicate with each other. Hello.
Yeah. No, it's a crazy.
All of a sudden, it's what is it? That ASMR fucking. Should I start scratching my microphone? What?
Yeah,
Scratch
you
my
should.
arse.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Are you ready for tonight's deuce?
No.
Oh, man.
I'm not ready at all. No, I have to. I barely have any. I have to find a bunch of stuff. I'm stressing out about it.
I mean, there's
Yeah, I
some
don't know.
stuff you can talk about for sure. You know,
Well-
if you want.
Yeah, there's of course that, but nobody wants that.
No.
Nobody wants that.
I don't think so. We
We'll
could
do-
finish up where you left off last time in the middle of trying to advertising fast.
Just like continue. See, this was always, it was meant to be a to be continued epispisode. That's
Not even.
It was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Atomic Deuce 9.5.
Dude, you should do
I
it.
w- I almost wish you had
I think you can
had
work
this
that
idea
angle.
before. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I think you can work it. You can do like at the beginning of the show, you know, just whatever you can make in the next like hour, like last time on the Atomic Deuce, and you just get the appropriate clips, and then it's like we pick up where we left off, and you can even start the show out with that same ad like up front.
Yeah, of
over
course.
everyone's-
It would have to.
Everyone's shit, yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
intro will just be 10 minutes of silence with that ad showing.
You should get like the chat replay too of like, is this still on?
Oh man, what a mess!
Ah,
Oh, one of my greatest achievements, man.
It was great.
Love it.
when you
I
get to
love
like
it.
episode 50, like the woke show is, you will look back fondly on that.
Well, damn. Apparently, I didn't choose the topic of the day very wisely because we've run out of steam. I think
Yeah, I mean,
this is a first.
there's only so much fun I could poke at Sean Gordon Murphy's plot
Well,
holes.
I don't know. I don't want to poke fun at the guy. I wish he had. I just don't like. I guess I just appreciate when someone puts in the effort, and it's like
Yeah.
this guy should be at 300K already.
Well,
And
I
he
guess you
could
could-
easily be there if he just put in a little. So you're telling it's like, well, it's just a little. Here's a little fart I'm gonna let out, and I hope I make. I'm gonna make a chunk of change on it, and really, it's not that big a deal. I'm not gonna do all the legwork. It's disappointing.
I guess you could also look into what do you guys think about the idea? I mean, it seems like the big two have been shaken to the core. The future for these artists and writers and stuff, like if they come up with their own funding projects, like
Yeah.
how many of those are you guys going to be actually interested in looking into? And what do you think they're actually going to do? Because a lot of these people have been, I mean, a number of them, the whole reason why ComicsGate started is because they had such a poor, like, social network, like,
Yeah.
record, and now it's like, imagine if they try to start up their own projects, where they'll stand, and whether that floods the entire comic crowdfunding scene, everything like that. Like, there's only I feel like there's so many projects out there right now, and it's great in the sense of like, especially with the in demand. Like, if you see
Yeah.
a project and you're just like, oh man, I want to get it, and now it's being fulfilled. Like, that's
Yeah.
a great time to like get that immediate sense of
Yeah, I love it, dude.
gratification. Like get it
Yeah.
back in the mail.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also like, man, entry price on most of these is like $25, and after you get a couple signed up, you're like, money's kind of tight for this week, this month, whatever. So
Oh man, I got myself in so much trouble for the chunk of change I spent. I gotta tell you guys, I was a little like, I kind of tried to like not be honest about it up front because I knew I was like, okay, I think subconsciously I made a decision. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm buying all the shit because I'm in the moment. This is fun. ComicsGate rocks. Yeah, just fucking go. And then I'm realizing like, holy shit, this is adding up. Maybe just not mention that. Maybe not mention that I did all that. But that of course didn't last forever, and yeah.
well, you could always buy up multiples of the rare things and then eBay that later, make up that money, man.
Oh yeah, that I'm looking at that stuff. I'm looking at
Imagine
that
if you
stuff.
had like 5 of those Salamandroid covers, ready to go, and now they're like,
I bought it. What was the exclusive? The for
Ides
Red
of March?
Planet, the Ides of March cover. I
Mhm.
bought 2, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell one of those fuckers.
Or you can be
maybe have a
promotional
contract,
giveaway.
some kind of
Yeah.
thing. I tried, I need to pick a winner for the Narwhal. I had a contest for Narwhal's Foreign Agent hardcover. I tried to do a promotional thing for that, and I got like fucking 4 subs out of it. I'm like, that wasn't worth $50. That sucks. So I don't know. I don't know how well that shit works.
To be fair, you're advertising to the people that go out and back these campaigns and frequent these campaigns themselves too. So it's like
That's
you're
true.
advertising to the group of people that are also most likely to buy that book already.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment, I guess. I expected there to be some excitement about that, and I'm like, wow, man.
I mean, if
nobody
I don't
cares.
know, I don't know if you have like a back channel like goodwill with any of them, but if you could get like a little bonus, like I want to buy this book off of you. Could you make sure you personalize it in a way that it's different from all the other campaign books, and then like use that as like a promo?
That's not a bad idea.
That would be good.
Yeah. But yeah, spending money in ComicsGate is it's tough, dude. It is something I definitely have to. I have to, obviously I've got Lost Pages coming on. Zaid Comics, they launched today.
Mm-hmm.
I want to back that project. There are several going right now that I would love to support, but it's just like, dude, I also value my life, and my lady is literally going to kill me in my sleep if I back any more projects. So it is a tough thing, and I think a lot of ComicsGate creators are working overtime to come up with ways of, at the very least, reducing the shipping impact, the cost of that. Sim talks about it a lot. We talk about it on the Midday Repartee quite a bit. I think things, over time, as it solidifies, like, I think that we will come up with ways of reducing that cost to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is. So you have to, we want the creators to make money, and I don't, there is going to be a higher price point than mainstream comics
But
that
you
we've
get
bought
better
in the
stuff.
past. It's just never, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and when we talk about like these guys that are coming out of it, I don't think that a large portion of the ComicsGate audience is going to go towards them. They're going to bring their own audience and have to cultivate their own audience. I'm not saying because of like what they say on like Twitter or whatever. I just go with their style. Like, let's look at what really sells in ComicsGate. We got like this 90s kind of like older style comics. These guys coming out still have that kind of modern vibe, modern feel. It's just a different genre. It's like, there's going to be some overlap, but not everybody who's into rock and roll is going to go out and get, like an Exodus album or something. Like, it's a little bit different.
And I kind of wonder how
roll.
many of them could run a live show. Ethan is like a fucking leviathan of talent, like, in what he's able to do and how he can keep, even by himself, a show going for like 3+ hours. And it's like it never like has like this lull, this dull moment or anything, and like he's like all over the place, and he finds the weirdest shit. I don't know if you watched this other one, like so there was the Flint Flossie guy or whatever, the rapper.
Oh yeah.
Then he showed this dude that like kills wasps and hornets and shit.
No, he just has really weird interests and terrible taste in music. That's why that explains both of those things. His taste in music is highly questionable.
I don't know if you guys have like I it's been a while since I've watched Cartoonist Kayfabe, but I watched their interview with Rob Liefeld, and I mean that was like watching paint on the wall dry. It was just like he didn't have anything interesting to add. Like, even when you asked him like a loaded question, like, I bet there's a good story to this. Like he just like had like the lamest answer.
But he can't. I don't know. I feel like a lot of those guys are so used to being under the corporate scrutiny or the mainstream. Like,
I think
everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of public shaming.
He's been his own guy for a while, but I feel like there's a point too where
what does that mean, his own guy?
Well, since he was part of Image, he's been his own.
You think being part of Image?
He made so much money. He's set. He doesn't need to answer to like anybody. But that's kind of a death kill for a lot of artists too. Is like, oh, I don't have to really work for it anymore. I don't have to like,
Yeah.
put out the effort anymore. I think that's
Yeah.
been his main thing. And so like, yeah, he doesn't have to feel like he has to do that. So, but I don't know how
Yeah.
many of these people would successfully be able to do that, run their own live stream. Like Dan Frega and Ethan are like definitely
They're great.
like, yeah.
I don't share these fears that too many people coming over and trying to do crowdfunding. I don't share the fear that that's going to somehow oversaturate. I think Mitchell was kind of touching on the point that they're all bringing something slightly different to the table. It's going to actually bring new people in. It's going to grow. Different people are drawn to different things. If you're looking at something and going, man, we don't want more people to come in because it's gonna take whatever's available to us, and they're gonna take away from that limited pie. If that's your mentality, if that's how you think about things, you're just gonna suffer all the time, because that really isn't how you should be looking at it, and it's not how things actually work. There is an unlimited supply of funds out there to support these projects. We just have to get good at what we're doing, get better at what we're doing, reach out there, find ways to reach out to an audience. Don't have that fear in you. Don't feel that way, because it will start breeding that fucking poison, where people start, wanting to pull other people down. Like, in order for me to get more money, I've got to take that guy's money away, and that is absolutely not what we want to be doing.
And it doesn't work.
It doesn't
Flat
work.
out.
It never works.
Like, if you go on a giant smear campaign, it doesn't make me want to not back something or another. Same thing, like Coke can come out with a giant smear campaign against Pepsi. If I'm a Pepsi drinker, I'm still going to buy Pepsi, unless like they do something completely horrible, and all I'm going to look at is, what is Coke doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You say
exactly.
that, but I've been lucky enough. I've got the opportunity to visit both sides of the United States. There's big fuckers on either side, I can say that. And one of the things I noticed on my first visit was how fucking awful your advertising is. I remember seeing an advert for Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
And the advert basically went, McDonald's is shit, buy our stuff. Bye!
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to do that here. Like, you're not allowed to slander other people to outsell their product. You've got to do it properly. You've got to sell your product, not fucking have a go at somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true.
When Evie, let's just use Ethan as an example again. But when his campaign has an explosion of success, inevitably what happens is a lot of surrounding CG projects have these bumps in activity. So I just don't buy it. I don't buy the theory that the big players are somehow detracting from other creators or quote-unquote smaller creators. If anything, the opposite is true. The excitement that those players bring to the table draws people in, and it makes them want to support more projects. So I just don't like that mentality. I don't like the attitude, and it's bullshit. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
I definitely
So bring them on. Bring those guys. If you want to come in here and play ball and do this thing and bring more excitement to the table and bring a new audience in, do it. Let's fucking bring it on. Let's have it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you there 100%.
One thing that I used to do before I was involved in like CG and anything, I used to do a lot of, just crowdfunding stuff on my own. Like, I'd hang around Kickstarter. Like, I was super backer over there before Kickstarter kind of went way belly up and everything, and do a bunch of stuff on Indiegogo. And even without that stuff, you have people like that are poking around. And so as we get more and more things going on, and we start linking more and more kind of like people like saying, hey dude, check this out too if you're on my email list, or you come check out this guy's Twitter because you're following his project, and you guys see that there's like a community. That's kind of like what helped bring me into it. It was like, dude, I'm already backing a bunch of stuff, like, and you're saying that you guys are all hanging out and promoting cool projects. Hell yeah, I want in on that. And you could just bring in people that are just interested, that were casual observers.
Yeah, I agree. So, I don't know. I'm really excited about where, what CG is going to achieve. I think it's, like anything, it has ups and downs. It goes through growing pains. It learns lessons. But But at the end of the day, what I know for a fact is that a lot of passionate, devoted creators are out there. They're generous. They give of their time. And we are about to bring on one of those creators right now. And that is Phil Diaz, Zaid Comics, Lost Pages. How are you doing?
Congratulations.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to jump in there and say congratulations immediately. You're already funded, brother.
That's right. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
It's been an
Wow.
incredible day for this project. How, Brandon?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
How are
Every time
you?
I see these two camera shots, it weirds me the fuck out. It's horrible. But you're good looking guys. But this seeing one in the background and then hearing the other one in the background is very strange.
Yeah.
Like as a
You need to add some full-length mirrors so we get like an infinity effect,
Oh,
like
yeah.
each one disappearing into the other. Yeah.
Fractals. Yeah.
So how is your day going? Like, this has been exciting. I think was Frega-Boom the first channel that you guys went live on today?
Yeah, we launched with Dan. It was awesome that he had us on, and with a bunch of people came on too. We had Captain Chokeout was on for a little bit. Tug came in, Carlo Rowe.
Yeah. Tug was there. Nice.
Yeah.
You can't you can't argue with a launch on Dan Frega's channel. That's really
Yeah.
badass, guys.
No, yeah, he's been so supportive to us, and which we're so grateful for. You know, he's kind of like, I don't know, really into Zaid Comics and what we're doing, which is amazing that people, you know, are becoming fans and noticing, even like guys like Dan. It's so amazing.
Yeah. You know, I made a mistake. I meant to have this page loaded up way earlier, where it was at a lower price point, so I could refresh it while you a little bit into the show and be like, oh, "Look what we've done for you guys." But I messed that up.
Good.
So this is
Brandon looks so happy. Look at his.
this is where you guys are currently at. Look at this. You
Yeah,
guys
man.
just rocketed to your funding goal.
To check this out. So
yeah.
Magic Cop, we had the same goal, was $3,000 for Magic Cop, and we got to the goal like a little over a month. It took us to get to 3K, and for 2 months, the full 60 days, the run of the campaign for Magic Cop, we got $4,700. We ended the campaign at, and.
Wow.
If we could beat that in one day, that would be amazing.
Guys, let's be real here. You're on the Midday Repartee right now, so you're gonna beat it before.
Here we go.
Before you leave.
Let's hope so.
No, before in 24 hours, you are gonna go well past that. Congratulations. I mean,
Thanks.
this is exciting, guys.
Yeah.
It's wildly exceeded our expectations for sure.
Yeah. And this is the thing, with ComicsGate, it's like, in mainstream comics, you have this pattern of the first big number one issue, and then it just like dramatically starts going down from there. And in ComicsGate, you have it's the exact opposite, which is what you would prefer. You would like it to go this way, the other way. And that's what ComicsGate does. The projects get more and more successful as they go with each campaign. And this is no different. You guys are proving that is what ComicsGate does. I love to see it, man. It's exciting as hell.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I was telling Dan this morning that I was so excited and had so much anticipation I could barely sleep last night. Like I went to bed at like 5:30 in the morning.
I bet.
We got up.
Do you have like these bad dreams that like it's just going to be at 0 all day? Is that like a nightmare or something?
Yeah, I'm sure a couple more campaigns I'll start having dreams like that.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine the stress of that, and I don't think it matters how successful you've been in the past either. I think every time you launch something, it's always going to be there, that kind of feeling in your gut, Yeah. So should we watch this video?
Yeah, if you have the volume clicked on.
Yeah, let's
Definitely.
let's kick this thing off and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
The law Lost Pages, from the minds and hands of Zaid Comics, comes the first book in their connected universe of heroes, with a cover by legendary illustrator Simon Bisley. The Lost Pages is a story of a magical book in the hands of a homeless man. Within it are tales lost to time, of heroes from different eras and walks of life, all protecting humanity from evil. As the word of the book is spoken around a trash fire, new crusaders of justice will be revealed to this world. A supernatural vigilante on the hard streets of Chicago named the Silhouette. An ancient sorcerer battling horrific myth on the high seas known as Wild Card. A modern-day mental monster from the mind of a bodybuilder babe, Crimstone. And a pulp hero from the 1930s, a master of disguise donning the mask of the masquerade. This is just the beginning, for in the future these heroes and more will come together to write the end of the world. But for now, the ink of life flows on every page. Will you be there to read it? Only on Indiegogo.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Very nice, guys. Very nice. Yeah. That is some good stuff. That was a great trailer.
It was fun to throw together. Like, I really had a blast doing the Magic-Op trailer as well. So we really wanted to do another one for this book. I think we're definitely going to do that for all of our books. And shout outs to Vosto, who's the composer who did the music, he did the Magic-Op music as well. If you guys got Magic-Op, you know that.
Wait! You guys had a composer make your music?
Yeah, he's like a synth, a synth artist. So he does like
nice
wave stuff and dub stuff. It reminds me, you have to send another MP3 out to the backers of Magic-Op that are new backers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if you want to. Do you feel more comfortable, running, like if you want to share your screen to go through your campaign? Some people want the host to do it. It seems like it's better for you to be able to scroll and show what you want to show.
Yeah, I like that too. We can give the pitch and stuff as well.
Phil does a good job of that.
So, the Lost Pages. Yeah, if this is their first time checking this out, and it probably is because it's the first day, but this is our, basically our first book in a connected universe of heroes. So, all of these heroes will eventually meet, but this is building the foundation. In the first book, we meet a homeless man who actually has this magical book of lost pages. And inside are these stories lost to time of heroes that protect our world from different walks of life, from different eras, and they're all told through the narration of the hobo. And as he speaks these stories, we get glimpses into the lives of these heroes, from different styles, from different artists, some with color, some with not. And they'll all come together to write the end of the world eventually. And this is the Lost Pages. So,
dude, that is really cool. That is so cool. Now, is it going to be revealed how this? I mean, I think it's an interesting choice that a hobo has such a something with so important as the Lost Pages. Like, is it going to be revealed how he came to be the owner of this book?
Yeah, so you'll get a glimpse into kind of the background of who the hobo is and maybe why he has the book. And it's something we'll definitely explore later on in the series as well with the character. Because he is an important character as well as all these other heroes that we see here.
Yeah. Very nice.
So we have a bunch of, a great gamut of artists working with us. Maxi Dallo, if you guys have seen Jack Irons on Twitter, the Steel Cowboy, he does the art for that, and he's doing the Silhouette, who's kind of like a supernatural vigilante. His story is all in black and white and red, for the blood is going to be red in here. And you get a very internal monologue kind of story here. You get to hear what he's thinking as he's walking through the streets of this, scummy town that he hates. He's very much sees things in black and white, no pun intended, where,
Right.
If you're a bad person, then he's going to deal with you. But if you're innocent, then he's not going to.
I'm getting an art boner.
Yeah.
You said black and white in a single color, and I love seeing shit like that. That really tickles
Yeah,
my,
I'm a big
my
fan
brain
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the silhouette is actually the first character my brother and I ever created together years ago, when we would publish really, really small print runs of comics and take it to local Chicago conventions. We did 2 issues of the silhouette, but he wasn't drawn and illustrated because we were so young. We took pictures in front of a green screen and Brandon would Photoshop to make it look like a comic. So the silhouette has been with us since like 2011.
Nice.
This is the first time he's actually printed and illustrated in a kind of like modern comic.
Dang, it's nice. I'd just like to say, you definitely want to get on this campaign, because I made the mistake of not getting Magicop until it was in demand, and like everybody else had it and was talking about it. It was a great book. I got the print, on the back there, and like I just felt like a schmuck. I was like, dude, I sat out on a good book until like everybody else got it, and I'm like the last guy to read it. I'm the one kid on the block that doesn't have this.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for backing.
Yeah, thank you. That's that Magicop was our first book, and now we kind of have a fan base. People know us; they know that we deliver, which is awesome. And I think today really shows that we have kind of a following now, which is amazing. And yeah, like Mitchell said, get in now, because now you're going to be able to get all the stretch goals. Especially this week, we have a special offer. If you guys back during the first week, you get this free Andrew Huerta trading card of the silhouette.
Oh, right. Cool. Yeah, I was going to ask if you had any day one or week one perks. So,
we saw Ethan do that with his day one cover, and we're like,
yeah.
oh, we should do something like that. Make it a week one thing so people, have time to get in on it. But, Andrew's such a talent, and seeing the silhouette and his crazy, graffiti.
Yeah, his style. It's like nobody will ever draw your character this way ever again. It's so distinctive,
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Maybe this isn't something that you can share or want to share, but I'm always curious. Like, who was your number one backer?
Oh, that's hilarious. Our number one backer was actually Dan Fraga.
Oh, what a badass. So he hosted the launch and was your number one backer. This guy deserves a goddamn trophy. What the hell?
Yeah, because when we were on stream, he's like, because I was having trouble launching it, and I guess I didn't have some stuff filled in, so I was filling it in. So we did the countdown, and he's like, for the number one backer, I'm going to do a free sketch of one of the characters, the Crimstone characters, one of ours, for the number one backer. And he's like, unless I get it. So he got it, and so the number two backer got the free sketch.
Nice.
That guy, man, he is such a shining example of what ComicsGate really is and what creators should aspire to be. What a guy, man.
Yeah, he's awesome. It's awesome to call him friend. He's
yes.
a good guy. Yeah.
And another thing, I like your little add-ons, like that impulse buy of the stickers at the end. It was like a couple extra dollars. I'm like, oh, what's a few extra dollars? So stickers look pretty cool. Like, you got me with it.
Yeah.
I love the add-on features. I'm glad you guys are taking advantage of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very important part of the campaign now. I'm super happy that they added that.
The add-on features. Yeah, those stickers are by 6 a.m. Comics, if you guys seen him on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
He
Nice.
did a sticker set for us that's each character in the book. So each of the heroes, including the hobo, is one of the stickers, and he has the book. So we could scroll down and look through those. But if you guys want to hear about the other characters in the book,
Of course.
Here's Wild Card. So this is the second story in the book, illustrated by Joe Ball, from Super Harem. Super detailed, awesome, drawings from him. And Wildcard is an ancient sorcerer from Merlin times, and he lives throughout the ages. He's ageless and immortal. So every story you see him in, he'll be in a different time frame. And this one, he's like in the 1600s, and he's captaining a pirate ship when these horrific sirens kind of take over his ship, hypnotize his crew, and he has to deal with them. He's got to fight his own crew members. He's got to fight off these crazy, skeletons that are coming up his ship.
Yeah.
And these giant, horrific bird women. So you can see here this crazy detail. So he's not having the best day. But,
story of my life. Goddamn, bird women. What are you going to do about them?
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about this one is it's written differently than the other ones. It's actually drawn to a poem about sirens. So each narration box, is a different line of the poem as the hobo is telling this kind of epic poem of Wildcard.
All right, dude. I love this kind of stuff, dude. I love that you're taking chances with the storytelling format here.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And this book is definitely an exercise of different, comic genre and writing style. So each story you're going to get something different. And if you're a fan of comics, whether it's, black and white vigilante stuff, fantasy or 90s comics, you're going to love this. For sure.
It's just hard not to love any Joe Ball artwork. I mean, he does such great work. Like, look at the ship. I mean, you could just study the ship, and you could just see like little things. Like, even at first glance, I didn't see like the figure at the head of the ship. That was like a second or third. Because he does such detail.
Yeah, that's great.
He's one of a kind, man. And if you guys really love Joe Ball stuff, there is I think it's a $125 tier where you get both of the books, the poster, and a sketch. So you can get Joe to sketch it, or our other artist, Maria the Wolf. So he'll do like a sketch for you and ink it up, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really badass. And of course, we're eyeballing this original Simon Bisley cover artwork, which I'm, I know it's like that must have been hard, man, or tempting to be like, dude, we're not selling that. We're gonna where do you keep that? But we're like, no, you gotta offer that up.
Whew, man, such a dream come true to have him do the cover. It's amazing. He's so cool.
I love that he's down to play ball with ComicsGate.
Yeah, I was told that he'll work with anyone. Which is
there's no doubt. Cool. I think Chimera got him right for SOS 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is beautiful, man.
And if you guys, are a huge Bisley fan like I am, we actually have as our featured perk the Bisley signed pack, where he actually signs a book.
Ooh.
So there's only 25 of those, and there's 20 left because there's 5 taken.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So
good job on that. That's a good idea.
Thank you. Yeah. It's like I'm so passionate about this project, Brandon and I both, and to actually have it launched, for it to be doing well, especially in this crazy time, with everything, what's happening in the world and CG world.
What's happening in the big world and what's happening in our little world. Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, again, a testament to what really, there's a lot of noise sometimes in ComicsGate, but at the end of the day, there are so many devoted, dedicated people, creators, fans. I think we're always going to win at the end,
Definitely.
I think what's important always shines through, and you being able to launch right in the midst of all that's going on and having this success, it's just a testament to that. I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. I mean, we love creating super highly detailed pieces of work, whether it's detailed down to character design or character development, and personality and story. Here it's a little bit different because we have a number of characters in a collection of stories in a comic book like that. But every single character that's in this collection here is so well developed because it's been going on since about 2011.
Yeah.
And since the success of Magic Cop, it really is time to bring these guys out to the forefront.
Yeah, a lot of the stories that I developed were I kind of used as exercise in college when I was going to college, like that poem about sirens. I
Yeah.
actually wrote the first draft of that in a creative writing class, or maybe a poetry class in college. And so when I always had that poem, and I'm like, oh, I was really proud of it. And I'm like, this would be perfect scenario to throw a wild card into, since he's like the character that battles mythical creatures.
Yeah.
So it worked. I revised it, added to it a little bit, and turned it into that story. So
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You can tell so much has gone into even just the campaign page. There's just so much passion there, and so much.
Thank you.
It's really cool, and so I'm kind of getting the sense that it's almost like an anthology book initially, because it's introducing all these characters and their stories.
Yeah.
And I feel like over time, they're all gonna connect together in a really badass way. Like, I really like that concept. That's fun.
Yeah.
Years ago, when we were working on the original universe, which is a little bit different now because of the evolution and its taken stuff, we had written out this whole giant, I don't know what it ended up being, like 12 volumes of all these characters leading up to what would be like the huge climactic, ending for like the world, whatever would happen at the time. And now it's definitely changed, but it's still in that same vein of like all of these characters kind of funneling together and then joining up.
Yeah, it's cool. And what is this character again? I love this character. I was like, I really want to see what this is about.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorites. So if you guys love 90s comics like the Max or Lobo, you're gonna love this guy. His name's Crimstone, and he's kind of like a combination of two characters. So we have this girl here. Her name's Taz, and we'll actually see her in the story when she's young and a little girl, because when she's a little girl, she has this guy Crim as an imaginary friend, and this is him, the young version of him, inside of her head. As she grows up, she kind of loses touch with him. He fades away, as imaginary friends do, and she has to deal with life like everybody else. She's got to find ways to cope with it. But he is locked in her head for all those years, dealing with these inner demons and monsters. So every day he's battling and fighting for his life. And as he does that, as he battles, he becomes a monster himself. He learns to fight back. So you can see his jacked hand here. Then one day in her 20s, something happens, tragedy strikes, and he's thrown back into her life. And she could see him again. They're like long lost friends. And she gains kind of like super strength with him around now and becomes a vigilante. And she can only see him, but she gets the courage and confidence to go crime fighting. And this is their like first story where they reconnect. So this is probably the only story that is kind of like an origin story for these characters. But it's an important one. These guys are going to be important in the long run for sure.
This character really stands out for me. Like, that's a great concept. I love the visuals, man. It's really cool, man.
The artist on this one is a local artist from Chicago. Her name's Maria the Wolf Lopez. I've known her for years. She's a great friend of mine. And I kind of got her back into comics because she stepped back for a couple of years. And this is kind of like her introducing her to everyone that we know, and her on a big project right now, and she's just killing it. This is traditional art as well. You guys, if you're page collectors, you can buy pages from this. You can actually buy this page. This page is a double page spread. There's a little bit extra to it that I cut off here. But yeah, those are up for sale. So I have a
feeling that is going to sell for sure. It's a beautiful piece.
Her inking style is great. And we kind of connected too over Lobo, because she's a huge Lobo fan as well.
Yeah. Damn, dude, this book is looking so good.
Thank you so much.
Shit.
And I did the letters as well on everything. And this is our final hero of the main story. Another twist, and kind of comes from a different time. This is based in the 1930s. This is our our like pulp hero. His name's the Masquerade. If you guys know the Shadow or the Phantom, the Green Hornet, even, then this character's for you if you dig that kind of style. And this one is also written differently than the other ones. It has like heavy narration, but from another source. It's as if you're watching kind of like a Batman 66 episode with that narrator describing the setting, telling you about these characters. So we really wanted to make it like a throwback to that times of the writers like Denny O'Neil, who used to do the Shadow back in the day. And the cool thing about the Masquerade, which makes him unique to any other character in the universe, is he really plays up the theatrics. He's very dramatic, and he speaks only in Shakespearean language, in iambic pentameter, in rhyming. So that was super fun to write. It's kind of a challenge, but
that would definitely be a challenge, but fun. Yeah. Get it.
Bill really likes flexing his writing muscles.
It's like a workout,
Yeah. Ooh,
Like
nice.
stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, awesome
His
action.
page is so cool. I love the guys' faces in the lower panel.
Yeah.
How their expressions are. They're so pulp cartoony.
We got Joey
What?
Diaz down here. It kind of looks like Joey Diaz. Yeah, Alan Alonso is an awesome artist. If you guys have been around.
It's really cool. What are you thinking about this, Captain Fuckhead?
I'm digging it. That's why I'm just sitting here watching.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is like very compelling. I love the different art styles. The characters all there's so much thought put into all of it. You can really feel that there is years of development involved into this.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good
I'm
stuff.
really digging this page. This is right up.
Yeah, it's a lot of
This
fun.
is cool.
Yeah, one of my favorites here. I wrote this in the script, and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna look, right? And I kind of put in the writing. I'm like, I want him to be blocking a barrage of bullets. Maybe we could do. We see multiple arms, kind of, but he nailed it. And I was kind of unsure of how it was gonna look, but
It really is impressive, because that is a real dilemma. How do you depict that in a single image? And it's success.
Yeah,
very good.
And he's doing the colors on this one too, right?
Yeah, Alan is doing everything on the story except for lettering.
So he has full control over this. Like if I would have drawn this, I would have had a really hard time imagining what I would tell the colorist to fade out these arms and stuff. And because he has full control over the page, he knows exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Nice, dude.
He's
Nice.
awesome. Alan does a bunch of fan art for, if you've seen him on Twitter, he's at the Howl Comics. So he does a lot of drawn and quartered fan edition stuff. That's actually where we found him, is he won the fan contest for Magic Cop. So if you guys read
Right.
Magic Cop, there's
Really? That is an incredible story. So someone won a fan art contest on Magic Cop and got a gig on your next project.
Yeah. I'll try to pull it up quick. But if you guys have the book, in the back of it, there is one page that is this fan art page, and when he won, he actually got that put into the actual book. So I'll pull it up. But yeah, he's an awesome artist.
I really love that story. And again, people, if you're an artist, even a writer, I've noticed there are campaigns that even have writing contests as well. But I think Literature Double had a writing contest for his project. But art, make that fan art. You never know when something is going to get the attention of a creator. You could get published. You could be offered a gig. That's the beauty of CG, of what's happening here. Just get your work out there.
Yeah, check this out.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
held
that's
held
such
a
a cool
poll.
piece.
Yeah, everybody
What did you
voted. What's that?
What did you say his Twitter was?
The Howl Comics, but instead of spaces, it is underscores.
All right, okay.
Yeah, like howling like a wolf. Yeah, he's great. He's got such a great style, really versatile. And
Yeah.
I actually did an interview with him this past Wednesday on our channel talking about the Masquerade.
Okay.
And so you guys could check that out. He's
And I before, kind of getting ready for this, I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to your channel, which I rectified very quickly. But yeah, people, and it's just Zaid Comics is where they can find you on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And I was really stunned that I hadn't that I didn't already know about your channel and subscribe to it. So if you can, everybody subscribe to Zaid Comics on YouTube. Horace the Great has a question here, and I'm assuming this has to do with a certain tier on your project.
Well,
which blockheads will we get?
In the Magic Cop campaign, what we did was we just gave everybody inside the bag here, everybody gets a blockhead of Magic Cop. And
Yes.
so what we were going to do, we're a huge fan of the guy over at Blockheads. He does some really cool creative work with those little stand-up guys. And we have a blockheads of the Silhouette, who is for everybody who backs the campaign. Is it a stretch goal or is it just inherent?
It's going to be a stretch goal, yeah. So once I think it's around 8K. We'll unlock a blockhead, and it'll be of the Silhouette. So yeah, 8K.
All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Blockheads is what tremendous work he's doing. He's such, he pleases everyone except Anna, of course.
Yeah, she hates how she looks, right?
it's a lot of fun, having a lot of fun with everything. And I think something like that, having, maybe your campaign isn't big enough to have a statue or something like that. This is definitely something you could have on your shelf and still showcase.
Yeah, for sure.
A cool content.
Yeah, there's also another thing I wanted to mention is we're not only putting the graphic novel out, but we have a bonus comic that you guys could get if you want like the most amount of content. This is extra stories that I've written and I've had artists do art for that I kind of created before the actual Lost Pages book, where I was using it as an exercise to get a sense of the character and the character's voice and what they would do in different situations and stuff like that. So this contains 4-page short stories of each character, and it'll start off with 3 stories in it. But as our stretch goals go higher and higher, we're going to unlock more and more stories. So it's kind of a growing, living bonus comic.
Yes.
So the more backers we get, the more characters we introduce to the Lost Pages universe. And this, for a lot of them, will be their first appearance in this bonus comic.
Yeah.
So characters that you guys have not even seen yet that are part of the universe that will go on to be in
That's so beautiful, man. How much fun are you guys fucking having? Seriously.
It's a lot of fun. Phil and I
I mean, seriously.
spend so much time together, and we're just constantly bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other. And we'll be driving, and it's like, hey, what should we do to do this? Stretch goals. How could we kind of change it up and do something a little bit more unique? We didn't reach a ton of stretch goals, during the campaign when we did Magic Cop. So what could we do that would really incentivize the audience to kind of keep pushing this thing forward? And we really felt that, having the customer base help out with, expanding not the story, but the content that you're getting, because, I always have a huge problem with essential DLC in video games, things like that. And it's like, well, if it's essential, why isn't it in the game?
It should be in the core game, exactly. Yeah.
We still give more content, but give it as like an expansion, not something that would be like an essential part of it. So you're kind of building on things in the future by helping the campaign get bigger and bigger and bigger.
This is why CG just rocks crowdfunding. Why it's the cutting edge of what's happening in crowdfunding in comics, because you just keep pushing those boundaries, experimenting. It's so fun, man.
Yeah, have a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the stories. So you'll get a Masquerade story done by a different artist I was actually, he was going to be the first artist, but then he had to bail because he was busy with some other stuff. So that's an awesome, really short story, lots of action in there. Introducing a new kind of wackier villain. So, the Masquerade kind of has those Batman 66 villains. We got another Primstone story with the same artist and colorist. 4-pager, lots of action in here, ripping this guy's arm off.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the first wild card story I did with Maxi. So he faces off Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead. And then when we hit stretch goals, there's going to be, I think, potential for 3 more stories to be unlocked and put in there. And the first one that we would unlock would be Brandon would be doing the art for, which is a character named the Pianist, who is this sexy, badass assassin babe. So we're really excited about that.
Really excited about that one.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. So what if you would say, like, what is the best way to back this project where people are going to get the most bang for their buck? They're going to get the most content they can possibly get. Like,
Yeah.
What is that tier?
For sure. I would say the $50 tier, which is the 2 books, because signed book plus bonus comic. This is the most content you're going to get outside of the, if you're not going to go for that Bisley signed book, which comes with the sticker pack as well. You could always do the 2 books, which is $50, and you can add on the sticker pack if you want those 6 a.m. stickers.
So when they initially click through on this tier, it'll be something they can add on.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
You go to
Very
checkout.
nice.
There's the add-on section. We can actually look at the add-ons in a second, but you
That's
get
really
the sticker
cool.
pack. And this is the 2 books, which the first book is 60 pages of essential story introducing the characters, and then that bonus comic has the potential to be around 40 pages. 40 more pages of story content, stuff like that for sure.
I love this campaign. This is crowdfunding 101, how to build excitement, how to make it feel like, not even just feel like, the reality of the people that back and participate in this are actually growing it, evolving it.
Yeah.
This is what crowdfunding is about at its very core, and you guys have just embraced it fully.
Thanks, man. And also I wanted to mention, whenever you get the bonus comic, like in a perk, like this one or the one with the mask or the Bisley edition, it also comes with a fold-out poster of the cover.
All right.
So
I think we're experiencing Diaz 2.0.
Oh, there's no quite, dude. I don't even know. I think they might have skipped a number. I feel like they went right to 3.0, my friend. This is awesome stuff.
This is one of the great things about ComicsGate. You're not just seeing these stories evolve, you're seeing all the creators evolve and the campaigns that they do evolve. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
The whole process is like people learning from each other, growing, getting better at their craft. Like everything is just moving forward. Fuck yeah.
Being able to learn from everybody else's campaigns and see what works or what we don't particularly like about things, or something that we really love. And I don't know, did we talk about the mask?
Not yet. No, I wanted to show that with the add-ons. So these are all the add-ons you can get. So we have mini prints that you can get of the covers, plus the interior covers, which aren't done yet. So we're going to have a kind of interior covers for each story. So every character in the main book. There's the stickers by 6 a.m. who did an awesome job. So a little closer here.
When does 6 a.m. not do an awesome job? Yeah, that guy rocks.
At 5 a.m. He's a bit iffy at 5 a.m.
Yes.
And then here is the Crimstone mask that we're actually offering, kind of like a little merch thing, which I have right here. It's kind of like an early design for it.
Hey, masks are all the rage right now, man.
Yeah.
It's on point.
So if you need a bandana type thing there, definitely check that out. And these are all add-ons. And there's also a Crim mask perk as well. So if you want the 2 books and the mask, get that.
You're going to have the shock of your life one day when you wake up, turn CNN on, and somebody's robbed the fucking Star.
Oh, no.
Dude, I think it would still help sales. I think it would be good for you.
Say, just make sure you keep it in demand long enough.
It's true. No, I'm actually surprised on how many masks we've already sold. It's awesome. We just kind of threw it in because the
you never know, man. You never know. You take a risk, you put it out there, and you never really know if it's something that hasn't been done before. Normally, it's Cool,
if,
man.
If CommiMark can actually genuinely sell Make Korea Best Again baseball caps on Indiegogo, you can sell fucking
You
anything.
can sell anything, man.
Yeah.
Sell anything.
I love add-ons and perks and things that you could actually use, like if you get sunglasses or something like that. But this is just right up that alley. We really wanted to make something that somebody would get. If somebody wanted to collect it, just keep it on the shelf, that's cool. If somebody wants to use it, all the better.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure like some people might be buying it because they might be able to use it in fun ways on YouTube videos. It's going to show up all over the place. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait either. That's going to be awesome.
And then these are just like glimpses of what the bios for the characters. If anyone wants to delve in a little bit deeper before they get the book, they can scroll all the way to the bottom, check out these little bio cards. These will be basically what's on the back of the trading cards as well. So we'll probably put some stats on there, these little images smaller, and the little write-ups about their backstory. Yeah.
Very nice, guys.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Well, I just, congratulations on an incredible launch. I think you guys, you're really showing how it's done.
Thank you.
And at this point, what I'd like to do is take credit for whatever movement has happened on this campaign. Whether could be it could be Frega still selling your stuff. It could be any number of reasons, but really, it's this channel, Midday Repartee, is what has moved this needle for sure. So we're gonna refresh this.
All right.
Let's see it. We were at 63.
Look at that.
66.
Midday Repartee, right there.
All right.
Hail, brother.
It's all.
Thank you so
If
much.
you hadn't come on this channel, none of that would have happened.
That's true.
I'm just putting that out there.
We've been stuck at 63 backers.
Ron, I'm gonna make your day, mate. Duncan Jones has done $800.
See, we showcased that guy too, and all that money. Midday Repartee. This is what happens when you come on this show, people.
No, it's been a blast. I really appreciate it. It's fun.
It was really. I got to tell you, this is an exciting project. The passion you guys have is infectious. You put a lot into what you do. It's so appreciated, man. And thanks for coming on. This is compared to the mighty Fragaboom. This is a step down, maybe slightly, just a little. It's a step down from the hundreds of people watching to the 15 people watching. But that's the thing about CG. People are generous. You reach out, they help each other, and that's just what we do here. Yeah.
It's always fun talking about new creations and just things that you love doing.
Yeah, I can talk about this stuff all day, for sure.
Yeah.
And if you guys already backed Magic Hop and definitely want to rep some more stuff on it, we actually have shirts. I'll screen share here. We have an Etsy store that we're kind of talking about now, and you can get Magic Hop shirts. We're also getting shirts from other guys in CG. We're going to make them because we make them ourselves at our little work here. And if you guys love that Bisley cover, we actually have a Bisley shirt too. That
hell yeah! Why the hell not? Oh, that actually. Usually, I don't like just like. No, I think that actually works. I don't like it when people just drop like a rectangle of art on a shirt, but because there's black around it feels like it's actually that looks nice. I like that.
Yeah, we don't like that either.
So
yeah.
I went in and that's actually trimmed down to specific shapes, so it's not just a black rectangle on the shirt.
Yeah, so over here it's
very good move. Like that actually makes this appealing to me. I would actually like, good job on that.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, so check that out. It's on our Etsy store, and it's just another way to support us, which is awesome. So, yeah.
Scotsman, man. Link. I want that blue Magic Hop shirt now. Yeah.
Scroll down one.
Yeah. I'm sure Mitchell is on it. You knew he would. You didn't have to fucking scream out.
Check this out. Brand designed this. If you guys want to be Magic Hop.
Dude, this might spice things up in the bedroom a little bit, actually. Yeah, dude. A little magic cop will go a long way.
All you need with that is a pair of purple speedos.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff. We're really excited about.
Yeah,
getting
you
this out.
guys are. You're working hard. You're doing great. You're having a good time. Is a big part of this
We
too.
are.
And what do you guys are? What channel are you hitting up next? Where are you going from here?
For today, I'm not sure. We're probably going to see what's going on later tonight. We don't have anything else planned for tonight yet.
Okay.
I think, Fraga might do one of his, crazy streams tonight, so I'll probably jump in there. But maybe we'll stream on our own channel later.
Okay. Zaid Comics.
Yeah,
All right.
so definitely check out Zaid Comics on YouTube. We're
right.
definitely posting a bunch of stuff there as well.
All right. Very cool. Guys, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you coming on the show. You obviously saw the tremendous impact that you had by coming on this show.
Very quick shout there. If you're around about 5 p.m. EST, Commie Mark's doing Russian Troll Factory. She's sent you an offer in the chat.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah.
And, this probably actually hurts that promotion, but I will be on that show. It's going to be a good time. I have no idea. This guy comes up with a new concept every time he does a Russian Troll Factory. I have no idea what's happening. I'm sure it will make me look like a complete idiot. But we'll see. That'll be
Whatever
fun.
happens, you'll have fun.
Yes. Mitchell, you got anything for us you want to say?
I'm really looking forward to it, and I understand backer number 1 is really exclusive, but I got a better backer number than that. I think I got backer 69.
Oh, hell yeah!
Whoa. That's the one,
that's
dude.
a hard one to beat right there.
No, that's the number that gives back, man. That's the number you want.
Give it take right there.
You sold me on that Joel, the sketch package. I was like, all right. I had backed it a little bit earlier too, about what's the second book? Just click again.
Oh my God! Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no worries.
That's awesome.
Lucius, you've been silent for a long damn time. You got
Yeah,
anything
no,
you want to
no.
share with us?
Nothing other than Skeletor. Go find it, like it, and back these guys' project for sure. I really dig the Maria Wolf one. I like that grungy look.
Dude,
That
yeah,
goes
she's-
to that. Yeah.
She sounds
And
good.
I just have a question about the masquerade. Is he gonna encounter anybody where he just annoys them by speaking in iambic pentameter and they just give up? They're like, just if you stop talking, I'll give up.
Anything if you stop.
That would be a hilarious running joke. Maybe even with one of the heroes that he meets, where like he's always annoyed by this guy just speaking like this.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. I had a great time, man. This was a fun show.
It's fun, yeah.
The discussion portion was a little bit but you guys came on, saved the day, made it exciting. So I appreciate that. And go back, get your copy of Lost Pages, invest in this project, invest in these creators, and we will see you tomorrow.